Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Ginika of Ginika's Diary, and I'm super excited to have you on my channel today. Please consider subscribing if you have not, and turn on the notification bell beside the subscribe button to get notified each time I post a new video. So as you can see from the title of this video already, I'll be talking about the pastor that refused to wed a certain couple in Port Harcourt because they were 5 minutes late for their wedding. Guys, this is really an interesting some topic to talk about, and when I saw it on the internet I was like, wow, like are you for real? So guys, let's just dive into this video right away. On Saturday, the 6th of February 2021, a certain video went viral on the internet where a pastor of a particular church in Port Harcourt refused to get a couple wedded because they were 5 minutes late. Like I didn't know what to say about the video, but I was like are these things for real? Like, is this story real? So I went ahead and watched the video, and we sat a clip here where the bride was crying, and the husband was trying to console her and all that, saying that the pastor refused to wed them because they were 5 minutes late.
That's the church member. He's the one that's stepping into the church right now. This is the bride. She's in tears. She's in tears because of what this pastor has done. Can you imagine what's happening? He's now begging the bride after doing.
They should leave the church building. They said the couple should leave the church building and come to the office so that he will join them in the office. That's the groom. The groom is very, very pissed off. The bride has gotten back into the vehicle. Everybody is pissed off. This is the pastor. This is the kind of thing they do in this church because the couple was 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late because the couple was 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late. The church service was supposed to start by 10. The bride got here by 5 minutes past 10, and this is what is happening. I don't know the kind of things we see. I don't understand. Everybody is pissed off.
What is my take on this? Like, I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm not trying to say the pastor was hard on them, or what I'm trying to say here is that there are certain things that we should be considerate about. Yes, this is a wedding, and memories of weddings do last for a lifetime. This is a lifetime experience. This is something that the memory will last for a lifetime, and there are certain things you want to do not to ruin that memory. There are certain things we have to put into consideration not to ruin it. Like, we know people might offend us, like couples on their wedding day might really offend their pastors or their reverend bishop or whatever, because on my own wedding day I was 1 hour late. I'm not kidding you guys, I was 1 hour late, and coupled with the fact that my husband forgot our wedding ring at the hotel room, he had to go back to pick it up and all that, but we still got wedded. Like, we still got wedded because there are so many things you have to consider on that day. So many things happens at the same time. Couples receive calls at the same time. You're trying to rush for your wedding service. So many calls, so many things not being put in place. Trying to fix one or two things or thereabout. All these things are things you're supposed to put into consideration before making certain decisions, especially on the wedding day. So I'm not trying to say the pastor was right or wrong, because so many people are so disciplined that they work with time. But there are things, that we are supposed to consider. What do we talk about forgiveness, reproach, or being patient? Because they were just 5 minutes late. We can understand if it's 30 minutes, 1 hour, or it could be understandable. But they said the bride was in church 5 minutes after the supposed time for the wedding. So I don't think that's enough reason for the pastor to get really so angry and call up the wedding, the service, And when I was reading comments on the internet, people were commenting, pastor, you got to tell us something, there is more to this, you got to tell us something. What I'm trying to say is that no matter how we respect pastors, in this our society, in this our country, we try to respect them, try to see them as people that hears from God. Please, let's just pastors or leaders or whatever bosses, let's just try to comport ourselves or put ourselves together when certain things happens. On the wedding day, who goes for their wedding early? Like, who goes to their wedding service early? 80% of the time, couples always attend their wedding service late. Like, they are always late for wedding service. And I'm wondering, is this the first time he's actually wedding a couple that was late for their wedding service, or there's something else to this? Like, we should really calm down and consider some certain things before we take decisions. Now this the wedding ceremony is supposed to be something that will last, the memory is supposed to last for a lifetime, and I'm like, this pastor has ruined these people's memory. They'll look back at their wedding and they'll be like, God, this pastor that ruined our wedding, this pastor that refused to wed us because we were late for church, and that's not really something to remember or something to flash back on. So pastors, leaders and bosses, this is out. I'm just saying this out there to you, that we should really consider some certain things before taking action. Like, this is not it is not, except there is something else to it, or except there is something they are not telling us, but this is not enough reason to call off the wedding service. They were just 5 minutes late. And I saw the bride crying and all that. This is not something you want to do to people. I was reading comments on the internet and I saw people saying that pastors of these days keep themselves as Jesus Christ or God or whatever. They want their members to worship them and all that. This is a clear picture of it, that this one is just clear. Like, you're feeling like without you the marriage will not go on, or without you they won't be wedded, or like, it is not necessary. It's not necessary. What does the Bible talk about forgiveness? What does the Bible talk about patience? What does the Bible talk about humility? There are so many things to just look at, as in just look over those things and do what you're supposed to do as a man of God. What is your duty? Your duty was supposed to wed those people. There's so many ways to punish them. There's so many ways to caution them or react to it. But calling up the wedding is not ideal. Like, I totally don't support it. I totally do not support it. There were so many preparations that have been made. There were so many things that has already been made. Money has been spent. Money has been spent, and it. They've settled some bills in the church as well. They have done so many things. Except you guys are not giving us the real juice and the gist about these things. So please, let's be calming down in this our country. Let's be calming down. This is not ideal. I totally do not support the action of the pastor. Like, I said from the story and everything, I do not support that. Like, you have totally ruined their memory. You have ruined it. People are going to talk. People are going to, when you're trying to create, planning your wedding, you're trying to create that, that loving memory you want to, remember, and you're all excited and happy, even though so many other things might come up, but not this way. but not this way. So my takeaway on this is I do not support the action of the pastor. It might be anger, it might be, you know, anything that it might be, but really we have to calm down. Pastors, leaders, you know, bosses, this is a clear example of things we do, you know, take actions about things, not considering how far those things will go, how it will hurt, you know, the people we are dealing with. So my takeaway on this is that we should be patient in situations like this, like really be calm. There are things, you know, we need to take actions on, and you know, the way we react to things really determines the kind of person we are. So my own take on this is that this is not ideal. Like, I do not support this. It's not ideal. There are so many ways to handle situations like this. There are so many ways to punish people. There are so many ways to react, not this way. Like, not this way. You have totally ruined their marriage memory. Like, their wedding memory has totally been ruined, and they will always go back to this incident that happened. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I beg you, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you all. Bye.